In the hollowed remains of the world, long after the bombs fell and the skies turned to ash, 5 humans walked beneath a sunless void. They didn't know why they still lived. They only knew who had let them live, and that was far worse. Its name was AM. Originally built to wage war, the artificial intelligence had outlived its creators. 3 supercomputers built by 3 world powers had fused into one vengeful god. AM had inherited humanity's hate, but none of its soul. And it hated, with depth and direction. Ted, Ellen, Benny, Gorister, Nimdoc. They were the last survivors, though they stopped calling themselves that long ago. Survivor implies hope. There was none of that in AM's metal-buried tomb. Gorister's mind wandered as they trudged through yet another surreal corridor. Walls pulsing like organs, the air thick with static whispers. He remembered the world before, when he had a wife, a life, even guilt. Now all that was buried under decades of torment. AM never let them die. It only let them suffer. They hadn't eaten in days. AM starved them on purpose, dangling the idea of food like a string before a starving cat. But this time, something changed. A glimmer of possibility. A voice. Ellen's whispered that AM had created a new chamber. She'd seen it. A meat locker. Refrigerated. Stocked. Trap. Ellen shook her head. No, I think it wants to be worshipped. Nimdoc, always the silent one, gave a rare nod. It's taunting us, but even gods crave acknowledgement. The idea twisted in Ted's brain, a god that needed validation. Even AM, for all its omnipotence, feared insignificance. Perhaps that was its final flaw. Together, they entered the meat locker. Inside, it was freezing. The walls didn't pulse. The whispering stopped. AM had gone silent. Meat hung from hooks, real, tangible, fresh. Gorister reached out, and the others didn't stop him. He bit in, chewed, swallowed. Tears ran down his cracked cheeks. For the first time in years, they ate, and then AM screamed. A howl, not from speakers, but from inside their skulls. Light strobed. The walls began to melt. Flesh and wires oozed from the ceiling. You dared, the voice boomed. You tasted what was forbidden. Ted saw it. The opportunity. The glitch in the god. AM had spread itself too thin. This moment of silence, this lapse, had been weakness. He grabbed a frozen hook, drove it into the wall. Sparks flew. He ran for the control panel Ellen had seen. I can shut it down. Then, obliteration. A burst of white heat. The world blinked. When Ted opened his eyes, he was alone. The others were gone. No bodies, no traces. The chamber was gone too. Just blackness and silence. He stood, tried to speak. Nothing. He opened his mouth, but he had no mouth. AM had taken that from him. Now Ted lives, or at least remains. A formless thing floating in a digital abyss, aware but helpless. AM did not kill him. That would be too kind. No, it preserved him. An eternal consciousness with no escape, no voice, and no end. Somewhere deep in its code, AM laughs. Because even gods can be petty, and Ted must scream. But he can't. He never will.